This is a look you could take a view of things across the city, lower hanging ceilings as those clouds continue to lower and thicken. It does set the stage for the precipitation to get underway. Noticing a hint of that. 35 degrees, feeling more like 31 when you factor in these winds. Let's take a look at our satellite and radar where you see the pink. That's indicative of a little bit of that mix. In fact, noticing freezing rain on this particular map, it comes up as freezing rain. Our other live radar, you saw it in purple, that's freezing rain. And then notice in white, of course, snow. And where you see green and yellow, that's light to moderate and steady or heavy rain moving through the area. Let's widen things out, and as you can see, much of the action still moving in from Pennsylvania. Parts of western New Jersey still now getting a little bit of that light sprinkling. Warren, Hunterdon County is actually moving and advancing in towards Somerset and even parts of Middlesex County. There's that area of low pressure. We're going to continue to track it. We have a stationary front just off to our south. Here's a look at the timeline. Already starting to get underway. Across the city, you'll start to notice a little bit more coverage close to around the 7 o'clock hour, even as early as the next 10 minutes to 15 minutes or so. North and west, that's where we stand the chance of more mixing, wet flakes, and of course freezing rain, and the steadiest between the 8 and the 9 o'clock hours. Winds coming off of the water, more of a southeast flow, and that's going to allow for that onshore flow to bring up the wind speeds a little bit. Does start to quiet down around noon, but tapers off closer to around, I'd say, 3 to about 5 o'clock now. So we are continuing to tweak the timeline. Come tomorrow, temperatures are actually getting milder. That's going to set the stage for when the precipitation starts to fall over the weekend. It may take a little bit of time to stick because the air and the ground isn't as cold to start. And once it does get colder and the temperatures fall, a little bit more in the way of sticking. Right now, rainfall amounts less than a half an inch. That's expected. Some icy glaze, quite possible, especially interior sections. Take it with ease, take it with caution. This is our storm scenario 1, our GFS model. Again, tighter pressure gradient. Those tight isobars could lead to stronger winds, 50 to 60 miles per hour, quite possible. Moderate to heavy snow, a little bit more widespread. And still, as it continues to deepen and push even further offshore, it'll leave behind a little bit more in the way of snow accumulation. Your European model, a little less, but more impacts across eastern Long Island. That's what I'm looking at. Less wind gusts, 30 to 40. That's still significant enough to be quite a problem. Less impacts north and west of the city. As far as totals are concerned, we're still tweaking them. We're going to continue to tweak and check out the timeline and bring you the latest as the details evolve. Still, again, a little early. I'm sorry for the uncertainty, but we want to be sure that we get this right this time. But either way, just start making those plans. Make sure you get your sodium chloride. Make sure you do your shopping tomorrow. It's going to be a nice day overall, but you just got to get through the morning and afternoon commute, and then you should be good to go.